Hello viewers, this is Alain Kimuyemi, the group leader of Bachelor 17 06 09 14 Sako 07 in Nigerian Area School Business Game. Now these are the names of my fellow mates that we did this together. It's a task creating a partial fulfillment of the GUIDER school supervised by my mentor Ronald Marumbi. Now, the first task then we received was the question that you received all information needed in order to become manager/leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task to enter a new country and develop MMM global there. This new country will be launched in Thailand, starting from the resources you have. Internet, 18 knowledge received by the school, and $50,000. Now these are the answers. The country we chose is Thailand with the $50,000 and the internet. Now using the exchange rate of dollar to 280 naira for $1. Now first of all, the plan of action of getting the goals objective and devising the means of towards the outlined goals can be effective within a short period of time. Now $50,000 is given once, then later. Now we are targeting at least 150 registrations in the first week. Second expected deposits should be $30,000 with the average of 200 deposits, means towards which the above goals can be achieved. Now we'll be needing the social media, that's the Facebook and YouTube and likes, offline presentations, one-on-one prospecting, pocket meetings, that's the little meetings that we'll be having around. Now the mass media, that's the radio jingle and the interview. Now this are expeditions in Thailand from the day we acquired the visa to when we got there, and the money put aside to redeem the GH for the first set of the PH. So everything total we are left there is 44,000 naira with the balance left of 6,000 naira. Now for your second task, a week has passed. You are 4 men. The average contribution of a participant to the structure around is $300. Under the regulation of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payments. Starting with the first contribution, your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to acquire the payments of the older participants. It's necessary to write down the plan of action. Of course, now the answer here and so on. The answer here was that it was a place was picked where we can train people and definitely tell them what MMM Global Community is about. It was tagged Together We Change the World. Now the date was on the 3rd to the Friday 7th, 2017, and the time daily then was 10 a.m. Now, then on Saturday we are to create an air advertisement for MMM presentation using Sunday for rest. Of course, while getting prepared for the 5-day presentation, that was before we got to the start of it. Now, these are the tables of what we did during the course of the 5 days. 20 the number of attendance for the first day, that was on Monday. 20 people registered, and $6,000 were deposited. Also on the second day, that was on Tuesday, 220 people registered, 6,000 deposited. The third day, 30 down to the fifth day, that's on Friday, 20 people registered and $6,000 was deposited. And the total of the people in attendance were 165. Number of registered participants 100, and the total money that was donated was $30,000. Now for the first week of the total PH of $30,000 per week. Now the first week $5,000 was provided as a help for 100 participants, 60,000 for 200 participants, 90,000 for 300, 1,200 for the 400 participants. In total was 30,000. Then the total was 300,000 naira with 100 participants. Now, if 100 participants can GH for the next month, we have the calculation below. These are the calculation below of if 30,000 for, that's when we remove times 0.3, that's 30%. They give us $9,000 for 30% interest. And the total received is this amount, and we are left with $27,000. Now, for the second week of PH also, it happened that way down to the third week, and we are left with 9,000, which is not enough to pay for the fourth week. So the plan is to strategize on how to stage a seminar campaign to attract people in Thailand to join MM, because $9,000 will not be enough to pay for the fourth week participant. So our target audience should be people who can be able to provide help with above $60,000 to have more funds into the system, also making the people who have already GH to PH again. That's your PH. In this way, there will be fund rolling in from time to time. That's for the tax 2. Now for the tax 3, a month has passed. You are on breaks in the same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of the growth. That's the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks. Now, after the months had passed, the first week total PH was $180,000 for 600 participants, addition from the previous month. Now, the second week for the PH was $240,000 for 800 participants, addition to the first week PH. Now, the third week total PH was $300,000 for 1,000 participants, addition to the second week PH. Now, the fourth week now is $360,000 for 1,200 participants, addition of the third week. Now, adding all these together, we have $360,000 with 1,200 participants after 1 month. Now, for the fourth task, now after 2 months have passed, okay, you can read the question, and these are the answers. But first, we have to cancel the leaders bonus. That's for the issue on ground for tax 4. Now, we throw promotions to create awareness, increase campaign on weekly basis, print out flyers, banners, t-shirts, posters, and lights. Now, identify the culture of the practice in Thailand to know when they will increase, then there will be increase in GH. Now, we will go to events to exchange complimentary cards. There, we're releasing the MMM ideology to them. So everyone we became friends with in Thailand. Now, we look out for the most accessible social media platform. To go, we went on radios or media to create awareness by telling them testimonies of how that work, and people have already at 30%. We are telling the people of Thailand what their bank can't give them. Now, we created a forum for regular meeting, online and offline, and share items for the less privileged. That was done for the tax 4. Now for the tax 5, our plan didn't work out. Yes, of course. So we didn't have enough new registrations. We need new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposits. And the question goes thus. Now, our plan didn't work out, yes, because we did not have enough funds to pay people who want to GH due to the fact that there was low turn-up on registration and PH. So it is necessary to analyze the plan of action to our situation. Now, a new task was formed. We had weekends and days of seminar holdings So we had Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So there was no rest for us again. We used Monday and Wednesday to create more awareness, inviting people. Now we have a daily segment on radio and TV where we talk more about MMA and its ideology and how it works. Now, money we used from the sets from everything that we did was $10,000, which means the remaining one from the previous set, which was 14,000 naira, was remaining 4,000 naira. Now, the resources that we needed amounts to all this, which was written down here, and in total is $6,000. Now, this shows the resources needed for the time in Thailand. So our aim is to recruit more participants with targeted audience of 3,000. So people who can provide help above $1 million. Now for our tax 6, during the month there was a length increased to 7 days. The forex activities almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone, do not make contributions to, because they are scared. Of course, in the virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented, in which all the old members are frozen and will be advisable to withdraw when the situation will right itself. Now, new deposit to grow as per old conditions. That's the ones that are frozen and valuable as usual, unavailable as usual. Make your plans action for another month's resource. That is including the resources, contributions, members, and the likes. Now, this was the plan of action. We started going out to talk to people one-on-one, asking them if they have any financial issues, letting them know that AMN will definitely help them to sort it out by providing a spare cash of 30% in return. We had seminars, persuade new joint members to bring more people on board. Now we concentrate more on doing what we call the home meetings, where we go to homes and we have some little people together to talk to. Now, if you don't need help, keep providing help. You will be rewarded with more marvels. That was what we told them. Never outgrow your marvel if you don't really need help. GH it out and PH it again. Yeah, that's the method of recycling. We are also told to keep the money circulating in the community and never to keep it to ourselves. That was it for the tax 6. And now the tax 7. After everything, our efforts was insufficient. Now this is the answer. The new plan of action was to do a restart mode. We start with a warning sign that you might provide help and don't get help back in return. That's in case they are over expectant. We froze all the Marvel to restart and shall pay back gradually in the system development in the time process. Multi-accounts are also now forbidden, and each bank details can be used only once for one account. For people that were doing multiple accounts, create a minimum and maximum page limits. The system now have the only two types of Marvel: the normal 30% provided plus the previous old Marvel that was freeze before the restart mode. Leader bonus will now have only 3 levels. There will be no payment after the 3rd level. Now, note, all above mentioned came into action from the announcement of the restart mode. Now, thanks for reading. Thank you very much for the audience. Very grateful.